Hello. Hi. This is part 3 of the probability discussion video. So in this video, we're going to calculate the actual probability of an event. So let me share my PowerPoint. So probability of an event. Uh, Deep in our mind, we know whether an event is probable or not. No? We know if one team, for example, in basketball, is an underdog or the most probable winner of a basketball contest. No, so I'm reading our book Walpole, um, and this is statement. No, it caught my attention. So most of our graduating class will likely be married within 3 years. So malapit na kayong gumraduate. So sabi ni Walpole, after 3 years, most probably, no, you will be married after graduation. Diba? That's that's a very interesting conclusion. It's a very interesting observation. Okay, so with this, let me introduce some of the theories in probability. So first, uh, let's define probability. The probability of an event A is the sum of the weights of all sample points in A. Therefore, the value of probability is from 0 to 1. No? For a null set, the probability is equals to 0. And the probability that one of the element of the sample set will occur is equals to 1. Furthermore, if A1, A2, A3, and so on is a sequence of mutually exclusive events, then the probability of A1 union A2, union A3, and so on would be equal to probability of A1 plus probability of A2 plus probability of A3, and so on. So for example, we are going to toss a coin twice. So what is the probability that at least one head occurs? No? So to solve this problem, we need to list down the possible outcomes. So so for example, on the first toss, it's either the coin will either show up a head or a tail. And then on the second toss, of course, it's either a head or a tail. No, if it's a tail, it will either the second toss will either be a head or a tail. So if we're going to list the sample elements, it's either HH, HT, TH, or TT. Now we are asked what is the probability that at least one head occur. So this belongs to the event because it contains two head. Also this two belongs to the event. So the only one that does not occur to the event is the last one, yung TT, So if you're going to calculate the probability, it would be 3 divided by 4, no? Kasi we have 1, 2, 3, tapos the total is 4. Or it could be like this, So the probability that HH will occur is 1/4. The probability that HT will occur is also 1/4. So all of this will have a 1/4 probability, So if you're going to add 1/4 plus 1/4 until here, no, this will give you 3/4. So the probability is equals to 3/4. Let's tackle another example. A die is loaded in such a way that an even number is twice as likely to occur as an odd number. If is the event that a number less than 4 occurs on a single toss of the die, find the probability of E. So first let's calculate the probability that the number will be odd. So that would be 1/9, no? If the number is odd. And then if the number is even, it will have twice, no? Twice the probability of an odd number. So that would be 2/9. So, okay. So if we are trying to calculate, no, the probability of event E, no, that is the number would be less than 4. So we have 1, 2, and 3. The probability of 1 is 1/9, just like the probability of 3, that's 1/9. The probability of 2 is 2/9. It's twice more likely than the odd numbers. And then we add the probabilities. So this will give us 4/9. The same scenario. A die is loaded in such a way that an even number is twice as likely to occur as an odd number. So ganun pa rin, Pag add, 1/9. Pag even, 2/9. Let A be the event that an even number turns up. Okay, so event A is when you have 2, 4, or 6, Anim na number lang naman ang die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let be the event that a number is divisible by 3 occurs. So yung event B naman, 3 and 6 lang. Kasi dapat divisible by 3, So find the probability of A union B, no? So ganun, let's calculate the probability of its element of A union B, Okay. So set A, the members of set A are even, 2, 4, and 6. So set B, divisible by 3, so we have 3 and 6. So A union B, so the element of A union B is 2, 3, 4, and 6. So the probability of A union B would be equal to, so pag 2, this is all of this, all of these 3 are even number. So that would be 2/9 times 3, no? And then 3 is an odd number, so plus 1/9. So this would be 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So therefore, the probability of A union B is 7/9. Now let's calculate the probability of A intersection B. So the elements of A intersection B, you need to find what is common between the two sets. Ano? So what is common between the two sets is only 6. No? So what is the probability that the die will give us a 6? So since 6 is an even number, that would be 2/9. Okay? So if an experiment can result in any n different equally likely outcomes, no? And if an exactly n of these outcomes corresponds to event A, then the probability of event A is equals to n, small letter n, divided by capital N. Okay, so let's have an example for using the using the event equation, n over small n divided by capital N. Yung formula natin sa problem na to. Ano? A statistics class for engineers consists of 25 industrial, 10 mechanical, 10 electrical, and 8 civil engineering students. If a person is randomly selected by the instructor to answer a question, find the probability that the student chosen is A, an industrial engineering major. So, our equation would be probability, no, of A. This is letter A, ano? Letter A question is equals to n, small letter n, divided by capital N. So small letter n is the number of outcomes that corresponds to event n, to event, to a particular event, ano? So industrial engineering. So how many industrial engineering major do we have? 25. So that would be 25. And then what is the total number of students? So we just add all the students. Ano? 25 plus 10, 10 mechanical, 10 electrical, plus 8. Okay? So this is 45 plus 8. This is 53. Ano? So we have 25 over 53. Okay? What about B? B is the student will be a civil engineering or an electrical engineering major. So we're just going to add the electrical engineering and the civil engineering. And then we'll have the same total, 53. So probability of B would be ganun ulit, N divided by N. That would be civil engineering. Civil engineering is 8 plus electrical engineering is 10. And then the same total, divided by 53. So we have 18 over 53. Probability of an event equation, another example, in a poker hand. This is sort of challenging, This problem is somehow challenging. In a poker hand, do you know how to play poker? You are given 5 cards, and then it depends on the combination. So just like this combination, you have 3 jacks and 2 aces. So this is a full house, So full house yung tawag dyan. When you have a trio and a pair, that's a full house. So marami pang iba, di ba? You have flush. So flush naman, halimbawa you have 5 hearts or 5 spades, basta the same suit. That's flush. If you have 2 pairs, that's 2 pairs. If you have a single pair, that's a single pair. If you have about three jacks, that's a trio, no? So, ganun yung poker, ano? So, pataasan kayo. So, syempre, pinakamataas is the full house, followed by flushes, tapos followed by trio, no? Then next is two pairs, and then syempre, one pair. Okay? So in a poker hand consisting of 5 cards, find the probability of holding 2 aces and 3 jacks. So basically, we're just going to count, no, the number of outcomes, no, na meron tayong 2 aces. So yung sa aces, kasi in a deck of card, we have 4 aces, ano? So 4, that would be 4 aces, ano? The number of events, the number of outcomes would be 4 combination 2. Okay, so just use your calculator to get the what is 4 combination 2. Bali you have 4 aces, so different suits, no? So combination that's shift divided by tapos 2, this will give you 6, ano? So 6 yung sa aces. Yun namang sa jack, you have 4 jacks, so combined with combination 3, no? So if you're going to use your calculator for combination, shift, tapos 3, you will have 4, no? Of course, this is just, ang formula ng combination is n factorial divided by r factorial divided by n minus r, no? N minus r factorial. So that's why, halimbawa, itong 4 combination 3, tama ba? 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial. Tapos 4 minus 3, diba 4 minus 3 is just 1 factorial. Ano? So wala lang to, 1 lang yan. So matitira dito, 4 na lang, di ba? Is equals to 4. So ganun din dun sa ano, dun sa 4 combination 2. Ano? So siyempre hindi niyo naman palaging hawak yung calculator, di ba? So dapat memorize na rin yung ano no, yung formula nito. Okay, so this is the total ano no, the total combination na makakakuha ka ng dalawang aces, tapos ito naman yung total combination na makakakuha ka ng tatlong jack, no? So by multiplication rule, so the total number of events would be 6 times 4, no? So that's why we have 24. Diba? We just multiply this using the multiplication rule. So this will give us 24. So yun yung 24 doon, ano? So what about this one, yung denominator? The denominator is the total number of ano outcomes, no? Na possible. So that will be, we have 52 cards, tapos combination siya ng 5 kasi 5 yung cards sa poker, di ba? So ito, medyo mataas na, so we use the calculator. So 52 shift divided by tapos 5. Yun. As you can see on your calculator, you will have this. So, ano? 2,598,960. Okay, so that's why the answer for this is 24. The probability of getting a full house on jack, tapos yung kicker nyo ay ace, will be 24 divided by 2,598,960. So let's discuss the additive rule. So the additive rule states that if A and B are two events, then the probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So as you can see from the illustration, when you add the probability of A and probability of B, you are adding the probability of A intersection B twice. So you need, that's why you need to subtract the probability of A intersection B to get the probability of A union B. No? Kamukha din ng example natin kanina, yung meron tayong add, tapos meron tayong divisible by 3, no? So, hindi natin i-add directly yung probability ng event A at saka yung event B. So isusubtract pa natin yung common niya na 6, yung probability ng 6, di ba? So meron tayong sinusubtract na intersection, So let's tackle some example. And then corollary to additive rule, no? Kasi kanina 'di ba meron tayong multiplication rule, last video, meron tayong multiplication rule. So corollary to additive rule, ibig sabihin parang special case niya, If A and B are mutually exclusive, then the probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B. Ibig sabihin pag mutually exclusive, walang intersection. Yung probability ng A intersection B would be equal to 0. So this one is true, And also, halimbawa, we have 3 events, Events A, B, and C. So the probability of A union B union C is equals to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C. Then ma-minus natin yung tatlong intersection, Minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of A intersection C minus probability of B intersection C. Kaya lang twice nating na-subtract yung probability ng A intersection B intersection C, kaya mag-a-add tayo ng isang probability of A intersection B intersection C. Okay? Okay, so let's tackle some example. John is going to graduate from an industrial engineering department in a university by the end of the semester. After being interviewed at 2 companies he assessed that his probability of getting an offer from company A is 0.8, and his probability of getting an offer from company B is 0.6. If he believes that the probability that he will get offers from both companies is 0.5, what is the probability that he will get at least one offer from these 2 companies? So ano nga bang formula natin pag ganitong siyempre, merong intersection, given yung intersection nila, it's 0.5. So, ang ating formula for the probability of A union B stated from the book, the additive rule is probability of A plus probability of B, minus probability of A intersection B. So, yun. Probability of A, matatanggap siya sa company A is 0.8. Probability of B, matatanggap siya sa company B is 0.6. Minus yung probability ng intersection, that would be 0.5. Okay? So, this is 1.4 minus 0.5, that would be 0.9. Ito yung sagot sa libro. No? So, parang ganun. Halimbawa, nag-apply kayo sa company. Halimbawa, tingin nyo, pakiramdam nyo, matatanggap naman kayo sa company A. Siyempre, hindi nyo naman pwedeng sabihin, meron naman sabihin yung 0.8. Usually, 0.6 lang yan, di ba? So, 0.6. Tapos, halimbawa, matatanggap din kayo sa company B. So, most likely, halimbawa, 0.6 din, Tapos, halimbawa, pakiramdam nyo, halimbawa, matatanggap kayo both sa company. Halimbawa, sabihin na natin, 50%, 50%. So, pag pinag-add nyo yun, di ba, 1.2 minus 0.5, mga 0.7, So, most likely, matatanggap naman kayo sa trabaho, Ganun yun, Ganun yung concept nitong additive rule. Okay, another example for mutually exclusive event. What is the probability of getting a total of 7 or 11 when a pair of pair dice is toes? Hindi ko alam kung nakakabutan nyo pa tong perya game na to, yung merong 7-11, high-low. High-low yung tawag nila dito So, syempre, you need to calculate how many possible combinations ba, nung dalawang dice, So, ang total combination nito is 36, di ba? 6 times 6. Di ba? Yung first dice nyo, 6 yung possible, 1 to 6. Tapos yung second dice nyo, 6 din yung possible, 1 to 6. So, ang total possible outcomes is 36 outcomes, di ba? Tapos, what about 7? Ilan yung, ano, this is the total outcome. Okay, yung kailan ba lalabas yung 7? So, alimbawa, lumabas dun sa unang dice, 1. So, yung pangalawang dice, kailangan maging 6, no? Pero lahat naman possible, ano? So, ang pag 7, when you're speaking of 7, halimbawa sa unang dice 6, pero yung pangalawa, fix na siya. Isa na lang yung magiging possible partner niya, ano? So, times 1 na lang yan. So, yung 7, this is the 7, ano? Ito yung 7, yung sa 7. So, 6 times 1. So, therefore, 6, no? 6 outcomes yung sa 7. What about yung sa 11? Yung sa 11 naman, kasi mataas na number siya, hindi pwedeng pag may lumabas ka na 4, hindi na siya maaabot ng 11 kahit 6 pa yung kabila, di ba? Hanggang 10 lang. So, ang possible lang na maging 11, it's either 5 or 6. Di ba? Kasi kung 5 or 6 siya, pwedeng lumabas doon sa kabila. Pag 5, pwedeng lumabas 6. Pag naman 6, pwedeng lumabas 5. No? So, dalawa lang. Dalawa, 5 and 6. Yung pangalawang guys, isa lang yung pwede. Ano? So, yung sa 11, this is 11 ha. Malabo kasi. So this is dalawang outcomes. Di ba? So pag inad niyo yung dalawa, 6 plus 2, that would be 8. No? So yung 8 divided by 36, pag nag-cancel out tayo dito, halimbawa sa divided by 4, ano? So pag dinivide niyo ng 4 yung dalawa, you will have 2, tapos 36 divided by 4, di ba? 9. No? So that's why we have 2 over 9. Di ba? Hindi ko na lang matandaan. Parang yung low is 2 to 6. No? Yun lang naman yung usually tinatayaan natin. Di ba? Tapos twice yung tama. Hindi ko na alam kung familiar pa kayo dito eh. Tapos yung high naman is 12. Ano ba ito? 12 na yung mataas eh. And then, yung in between pala nung 7 and 11, yung kasama yung sa high. So, yung 8, 9, 10, tsaka yung 12. No? Yung 8, 9, 10, at saka yung 12. Sila naman yung high. So, ang possible outcome nyo ranges from 2 to 12. Di ba? You can try to calculate kung ano yung probability nung high, pair ba yung price na double, ano. Sa high ba, pair ba, alin ba mas magandang tayaan? Sa 7, sa 11, pag 7 at saka 11 ata thrice eh. Thrice yung presyo, thrice yung price. Ano, pero kita nyo, lugi kayo, kasi 2 over 9 lang siya. Dapat at least mga 4 times. Actually, sa 4 times, lugi ka pa rin eh. Diba? Kasi dapat 2/8 yan. 1/4. Lugi ka pa rin sa 4. Pero 3 times lang natatandaan ko dito. Tapos double-double lang yung high tsaka low. If the probabilities are respectively 0.09, 0.15, 0.21, and 0.23, that a person purchasing a new automobile will choose the color green, white, red, or blue. What is the probability that a given buyer will purchase a new automobile that comes in one of those colors? So it will take some time bago nyo maintindihan yung problem. Ano? Ganun talaga. So, as you can see, hindi lahat ng color nandito. Wala dito yung black, di ba? Yung pinakamabili yun. Wala dito yung silver. Wala dito yung, ano pa ba? May gold ba? Wala yung black at saka silver, no? The most two common colors. So, kaya hindi naman 100%, no? So, ang tinatanong is, what's the probability that I will buy either a green, white, red, or blue? So, basically, you just add the, kasi mutually exclusive yan, di ba? Mutually exclusive yan. You just add the probability. So, halimbawa, 0.09, 0.09, parang ano lang naman to eh, the probability of, halimbawa, event A, no? So, this is equal to the probability ng green, ang bibilhin, plus probability ng white, ang bibilhin, plus probability ng red ang bibilhin o kaya probability na blue ang bibilhin. Marami pa lang blue, ano? Kasi most of the car buyers probably are guys. Right? So just add this 4 probabilities. So, mutual exclusive naman, ano, kaya walang intersection. No? So 0.09 plus 0.15 plus 0.21 plus 0.23. So this is equal to, just get your calculator. You're supposed to get 0.68. Ano? (17/25) is 0.68. Complementary events. So pag complementary events, if A and A prime are complementary events, then probability of A plus probability of A prime, that's a complementary event, is equals to 1. Let's have some example. If the probability that an automobile mechanic will service 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 or more cars on any given day are 0.12, 0.19, 0.28, 0.24, 0.10, and 0.07. Okay, what is the probability that he will service at least 5 cars on his next day at work? So kasi nga complementary event, ano? So gamitin natin yung technique, ano? So hatiin natin sa dalawa yung yung events, ano? Yung probabilities, ano? So pag sinabing at least 5 cars, so kasama din yung probability of 5, probability of 6, probability of 7, probability of 8 or more cars, ano? So basically yung division nandito, 'di ba? Nandito 'yan. Dito yung division. So pag kinalculate nyo kasi pag inad yung 5, 6, 7, 8 or more cars, madami, ano? So ang mas mabilis na calculation, i-add nyo lang yung 3 at saka yung 4. So basically ang magiging equation dito would be probability ng tinatanong na event, let's call that A, no? Yung answer dito sa question na to would be 1 minus probability of A prime. Okay? So tapos yung probability of A prime is probability of 3 at saka probability of 4, di ba? So 1 minus probability of 3 at saka minus probability of 4. So just substitute the values from the problem. Probability of 3, ito yon, 0.12. Tapos probability of 4, 0.19. So kaya nyo na itong i-mental. This is 0.31. Ano? So 1 minus 0.31 is 0.69. This is one application of the complementary, complementary event statement. No? I guess this is the last problem. Ano? Suppose that manufacturer's specification for the length of a certain type of computer cable are 2,000 plus or minus 10 millimeters. So in this industry, it is known that a small cable is just as likely to be defective, not meeting specification as large cable. So parehas yung probability na mas malaki siya sa 2010 at saka yung mas maliit siya sa 1990. Ano? Ano yung sinasabi nung second sentence. That is the probability of randomly producing a cable with a length exceeding 2010 millimeters is equal to the probability of producing a cable with a length smaller than 1990 millimeters. So the probability that the production procedure meets specification is known to be 0.99. Okay. So pagpasok siya, 1990 to 2010, 99% yun. Ano? So what is the probability that a cable selected is randomly too large? Okay? So hatiin natin yung error, no? Kasi ang dito, ang probability na hindi siya pasok dun sa specs na 1990 hanggang 2010 is just 1% or 0.01. So mahati yung sa dalawa, ano? So yung 0.01 Basically, yung 0.01, hatiin natin sa dalawa. So, 0.01 divided by 2, 0.01 divided by 2 would be 0.05. Ano? Di ba? 1 minus 0.99. So, this would be equal to 0.01. Tapos yung 0.01 divided by 2 would be equal to 0.005. Ano? Okay, letter B. What is the probability that a randomly selected cable is larger than 1,990 millimeters? So kasama na rin dito yung mas malaki pa sa 2010, ano? So kasi yung maliit, 'di ba, ang probability nun is 0.005 din, ano? Yung mas maliit sa 1990. So basically i-minus lang natin yung sa 1. 1 minus 0.005 will give you 0.995. So ano? Okay. So I guess this will be the coverage of our of our module 1 major assessment, ano? Hanggang dito tayo sa calculation ng probability. So soon I will also post some exercises, ano, related to the calculation of probability. And then we'll have our module 1 major assessment probably next week, ano, probably Monday. I will announce it later. So hanggang dito na lang. Have a nice day. See you on our Zoom.